Hello everyone, welcome to my gold and silver update. I'm JR. Thanks for joining me. We're gonna do a quick, just a daily analysis. I've done plenty of long-term analysis. I think we all know where I think this market is gonna go. If you've been paying attention to my videos, you know that I'm very long and very bullish on the precious metals. As a matter of fact, the big move right here, this big move back in June, really was the confirmation that for me at least that, or at least the final confirmation that this market is back into a bull market. We've just been below the 1363, 13 and three quarter area here for way too long. And again, the move to the upside was the confirmation. You had a really nice move and a really nice close above that level. Since then, came back down and again created a higher high. So again, definition of a bull market is the highs are getting higher and so are the lows, right? So currently, it looks like the market is looking to consolidate a bit. I wouldn't dare short this market. Although if you are a short-term trader, you're looking to short. I think on my last analysis, I said that this would be a good area to short here. Although I wouldn't short here. Okay. We did have a clean close below this level of support, so it is assumed that the market is going to try to create another low. We'll see what happens. Today, the Federal Reserve announced that they will continue to expand their balance sheet, or they're actually going to start adding to their balance sheets again by buying bonds, I think it was. I'm not 100% sure. But they said that in no way is to be interpreted as quantitative easing or as QE. But again, remember, Operation Twist was not a quantitative easing, and they come up with these fancy names, but ultimately that's what they are. They're just different names for quantitative easing, or different names for we're going to pump money back into the system, right? Inflation is eventually going to run rampant. Back in the 70s, they had to take extreme measures to prevent silver from going through the roof, and that's what ended up happening. I think we're going to see the exact same thing here within the next coming years. I think gold and silver are just going to take off to the point where they're going to have to raise interest rates to maybe the 10s or maybe the 12s, maybe even the teens, in order to prevent to prevent runaway inflation. And that's what I predict is going to happen. So again, on the daily market, there's nothing to suggest that this thing is going to come down again on a short-term basis. You can probably assume that we're going to try to come over to this level, but I would not risk a short here. This is just way too bullish for me. Let's look at the silver market. Silver market, last video, I did say that we're looking to find some support here. We did have a nice big move to the upside. We have another nice bullish candle. Technically, this thing can continue to go down, kind of like just like gold. Am I going to short this market here? Is there a chance that this thing might create another low here on the short-term side? Yes, absolutely. I think we might even see 1650 at that point. I think you should continue to stack. But it is very likely that with today's announcement that the market is just going to continue to go higher. So be aware of this trend line here, because it could be a false indicator. Again, I would not short here, but that's how we short, obviously, right? High, low, and this would be your next high below this previous high, right? That's not my trading plan, so I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't endorse a short. Everybody knows I'm short here on the Dow Jones. So far, trade is looking good. Have a big uptick candle here. I don't care about the short term. This is a long-term trend here for me. We see that the market is trying to find some support. If it breaks this level here, it could be in a lot of trouble, and we could see this market do exactly what I wanted to do. I'm going to keep my short here. Again, I think I mentioned that I had a stop loss roughly at around 28. Who knows? Maybe I'll even put it a little bit higher, maybe 28 and a half. I really want to get this thing plenty of breathing room, because ultimately, obviously getting in at 27 and risking 1,000 points, but I'm looking at coming down all the way to 21, 22. This is again a broadening formation. So broadening formations are usually bearish, and we are looking to create, obviously the highs are getting higher, the lows are getting lower, so I would expect this market to come down to the 20,000 point range here, probably within the next year, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.